Let me tell you why I am so excited for the new Apple Watch release end of the year, because before even seeing the damn thing, I already know I am going to buy myself one, and here's why. And the reason is going to surprise you, because it's not necessarily because of the new features that they're rumored to come out, which, let me just summarize it for you. What I have seen people say is going to happen, or it's going to have for the Apple Watch 10. It's gonna be thinner, the screen is gonna be bigger. I think it's gonna go up to now 2-inch for screen, compared to the before, it's just like 1.7 inch, and even the Ultra is only like 1.93 inch. So the Series 10 screen is supposed to be even better or bigger than the Ultra. And I did hear that they, instead of having the smaller option like the 41mm, they're gonna probably remove that and start at the 45mm, going up to all the way to 49mm, which is basically the size of Ultra, which I'm actually kind of sad about that if that is true, because one of the reasons why I was not a super big fan of the Ultra, even though I love all of the features, is because it is a little too big for my wrist. And so I was hoping that if they were to come out with the Series 10, I would opt in for the 41mm. We'll see if that is still available, but if not, then it will be starting at the 45mm. Now, when it comes to health features, that's probably one of the more exciting things for me with Apple products, is whenever they come out with new health feature, especially with the Apple product. The two new things that they have been talking about now is, one is the blood pressure monitor, where they will notify you if they notice that your blood pressure is trending upwards, and it gives you the option to log what you are doing or what you are eating that caused the blood pressure to go up, or hypertension. But it will not give you the actual number of the blood pressure or anything like that. So that's a little bit unfortunate. And the other thing that they'll have is better sleep detection, which I have my Fitbit in the past, and supposedly the sleep tracking there is quite accurate, and it's a thin watch, but I still couldn't even get myself through wearing it when I sleep, because it just doesn't feel comfortable for me to have anything on my wrist. So I don't think I'll be wearing an Apple Watch to sleep, especially not every night. So the blood pressure thing is probably one of the cooler health feature that will be coming out, but is it groundbreaking? No. I think once they have the blood glucose monitor, I think that would be pretty cool without having to like puncture any of your skin to really get your results. Having the ability to do that, I think will be super amazing, but we'll see what they will actually come out with. Now, I think I just called out like 3 somewhat major things that they will come out, and I just don't know if they are truly major things, to be honest. Every single year, Apple Watch seems to be coming out similar things, a little bit more battery life, a little bit either thinner, bigger screen, maybe 1 or 2 more new health features. It's kind of the rhythm of the business, so why am I even still considering getting a new Apple Watch? I mean, honestly, one of the biggest reason is that Apple Watch has the potential to save your life. I know it sounds silly. I know it's nothing new. It's like, okay, what is new, right? Like, why haven't I have gotten it? I have tried the Fitbit, and what I learned is that I do want a watch that is just the right size, meaning that it is not so small like the Fitbit, where honestly the only thing I use the Fitbit for is to track my steps. And even though it's supposed to have the ability to show you your messages, like your texts, and do other things, the screen is just so small and honestly so slow, like responsiveness, that the whole watch is basically quite useless aside from tracking steps and maybe telling time or vibrating me when my phone is ringing. Tracking my health, like my steps, exercise, is something that I really like, but I just want something more functional. Now, Ultra obviously is super functional, it's super great, and I do really like it. However, even though it has so many of the capabilities that I love, like the siren, just in case, the track my way back to my parking spot, like all of those things are so great and amazing, it is bigger than I like it to be, especially for a petite size person like myself. Like, it is harder to dress up or down with the watch. So I want something that looks a little bit more natural, even though I know that the Apple Watch Series Any, to be honest, is still gonna look big on me, bigger than I like it to be, than a Fitbit, but also easier to wear day to day than an Ultra. So this is also why I'm really very much looking forward to a new Apple Watch, especially not only because of the walking. And let me tell you, like, the most important thing is like really the ability to save your life. Look, I know some of you might think, okay, that is so silly. You have your phone. Yes, I love the phone. This is iPhone 14 Pro, which essentially has the satellite text feature where if you're ever stuck in somewhere with no cellular service, you could actually use the satellite to get a message out there, which again has the potential to save your life. I am really hoping that the new Apple Watch Series 10 will have satellite feature baked in, or the new Ultra, because that is excellent, such a feature, chef kiss type of feature. But let me tell you though, you don't know how many times I have seen movies where I would think, man, like if these people have an Apple Watch or the satellite iPhone, their life would have been fine. Like they would have been saved, like no problem. Like there was this movie called The Fall that I watched kind of recently where basically there's two teenagers climb up this super high light tower to take pictures and things like that, and they got stuck up there. And there's no cellular service. And right away I thought about like, man, if they have this satellite feature, like they could have reached a satellite and still call for help. And I think there was like another movie called Millie, M-I-L-I, basically is about a daughter that accidentally got stuck in a freezer she worked at, and her phone was actually outside the freezer. And she got locked in there by accident, and everyone left so no one could hear her and open the door for her. And I'm just like, things to myself like, man, if only she had an Apple Watch, because she's still within reach probably. Like her phone is just outside, or she could have cellular plan on her Apple Watch, then she could have still made calls from inside the freezer to get help. Like, I know it's so silly. You must think like, okay, like when are those scenarios ever going to happen to you? And the idea of just the ability, the chances of like when you need this, you have it and it could save your life. I think it's like way blows out the potential of like, it blows out the worthiness of the watch, because of course the watch itself is already so capable. You could do so many cool things on the watch already as a watch without these safety features. And the fact that you could use all of these features that's already on the watch, plus you kind of have like the peace of mind that in a chance of you cannot reach your phone, or it's like drop, like got into a car crash and you can't reach it or something. Oh, actually now it has crash detection, so it probably will call help for you anyways, regardless of you being able to reach it or not. But like, I just think these like smartwatches and iPhone is just getting so great, and I love the angle that they take whenever it talks about like the potential of basically saving your life. And I think that's amazing, because that's usually already on top of all of the amazing things that it already can do for you to entertain you, to get you more productive, more efficient, and things like that. And so my reason, honestly, maybe more of a personal one, because one, I think you need to kind of believe and care about in case a type of thing to like even want any type of smartwatch, like iPhone and Apple Watch. Obviously, it's not the only product that offers these type of features. Just for styling and fashion, I realized I really want the Apple Watch, because again, Fitbit and the Ultra are like two kind of like the extreme end of the both worlds, where Ultra, I don't wear it because it's too useless aside from just tracking my step, but I love tracking my steps and exercise. But Ultra is just too big to wear as an everyday use. So I do have high hopes that the Series 10 is gonna be hopefully more amazing than the three thing that I just list. Hopefully it comes with satellite features, and I hope they put in the siren, because honestly, as a woman, The Ultra watch is really cool if you ever need the siren, but if they could bring that into like an everyday watch, like a Series 10, I think that would be amazing. And tracking, it will be amazing. Tracking as in like tracking where you park your car, kind of like what is that backtrack features in Ultra, like you could put a pin and actually like track where you put your stuff or where you walk from if you're ever hike. I hope they bring that into the Series 10 as well. That will be super, super amazing. Like those, like two or three things I would say are like on my wish list that I hope Series 10 will actually make a difference in, even if everything else looks about the same. I don't really have a lot of high hopes in the look and feel changing too much with Apple Watches nowadays, just because honestly, iPad, iPhone, everything looks pretty much the same in the last decade or so. So how it looks at this point, I don't even really care for it. I just want it to actually be more efficient. Battery is going to be something that I think could be a game changer if they do have this like middle ground of it's not, maybe not as battery efficient as a Ultra, but should be, well, it usually always almost better battery, but I hope it's gonna be pretty good jump of battery with Series 10, because that's the thing with Apple Watches, right? They kind of die kind of quickly. So anyway, those are my top reasons of why I'm excited to get the Apple Watch Series 10, and I'm looking forward to it. I mean, they might come out with the Ultra 3 as well, but I heard that if they do, the upgrade likely is not going to be nearly even as much as Ultra 2, which honestly I thought it was very minimal update from Ultra 1. So if that is the case, I probably would not be wowed. But if they would make the Ultra 3 thinner or smaller, I think that would be kind of appealing. But then again, like, is that just going to be a Series 10? I don't know. Hopefully they will wow us, but I am so excited because I'm already saving money to get an Apple Watch, whatever Apple Watch that they're releasing this year. So yeah.